Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to talk about a tool that many people have heard of, but not everyone really knows how to use well, the mind map. Have you ever had the same reaction as me the first time you saw a mind map? Those colorful, tree-like branches spreading across the page are eye-catching. Some people use it to summarize a book, others to take meeting notes. For a long time, I thought mind maps were simply a visualized version of structured thinking. Neat, easier to remember, but not something that could truly improve thinking ability. It wasn't until I studied its principles in depth that I realized my understanding had been a bit biased. The creator of mind maps is Tony Buzan, also known as the father of brainstorming. Buzan discovered that our memory relies mainly on two factors, association and focus. But in traditional linear notes, these two elements are almost absent. That's why he came up with the idea of mind maps. He described them like this. A mind map starts from a central point. Each keyword or image becomes a small center, constantly branching outward into new ideas. These branches are interconnected, eventually forming a network that can expand infinitely. In other words, a mind map is a way to bring the brain's natural radiant thinking onto paper. If we had to summarize the core logic of mind maps in just two words, they would be association and imagination. Association means the connections between things, whether between known concepts or between the known and the unknown. Imagination is the tool that helps us build those connections. Without imagination, it's hard to link seemingly unrelated things together. So when we draw a mind map, we start from one theme, then use imagination to expand outward, generating first level, second level, and even deeper layers of information. A complete mind map usually contains several key elements. Center, placed in the middle of the page, clearly showing the theme. Branches, main and sub-branches extending from the center, showing structure. Colors, different colors for different branches, making them easier to distinguish. Images or icons, adding visual stimulation. Keywords, using short words instead of long sentences. Why do this? Because structure makes your thinking clearer, while visuals make memory stronger. The combination not only reduces mental burden, but also improves comprehension and information retention. So, how exactly do we draw a mind map? Generally, there are 5 steps to find the theme. Write the theme in the center. Keep it short like healthy eating or project plan. Adding a small image makes it even better. Draw the main branches. List the key aspects directly related to the theme. Use thick lines, bright colors, and keywords. Expand the branches. From the main branches, extend into secondary and tertiary ones, refining layer by layer. Keep each branch concise, with keywords or symbols. Add connections and visuals. If branches are related, connect them with arrows or lines. Add icons or emojis to strengthen memory. Check and optimize. Is the logic complete? Any missing or redundant parts? Is the layout clear and visually appealing? The ultimate goal is you should be able to see the big picture at a glance, while still leaving room for future expansion. Mind maps can be applied in a wide variety of scenarios. On the input side, such as listening to lectures, reading books, or reviewing reports, they help us structure content and capture key points. On the output side, such as writing essays, giving presentations, solving problems, or brainstorming ideas, mind maps help us layer and expand our thoughts in multiple dimensions. Even better, they can be combined with existing thinking frameworks like 5W2H, 6 Thinking Hats, SWOT analysis, or the 4PS of marketing. Using a mind map to present these frameworks makes them more intuitive and detailed. But let's be clear, mind maps are not a cure-all. They have natural limitations. First, they're better at showing vertical hierarchy than horizontal relationships. For example, it's not very obvious how first-level branches interact with each other. Second, they don't handle dynamic changes well. As time goes on and elements affect each other differently, it's difficult to reflect that in a mind map. Tools like flowcharts or system diagrams are more effective in those cases. Finally, mind maps are inherently center-based. While you can abstract anything into one central theme, that's not always helpful. For instance, grouping both a pig and a chrysanthemum under things gives you a central category, but it blurs their unique characteristics. Especially when studying the relationships between multiple centers, mind maps tend to fall short. So, how should we use mind maps? The key is to be clear about your purpose. If you want to organize logic, capture key points, or boost memory, mind maps are perfect. But if you need to analyze complex systems or study dynamic relationships, you may need other tools. Mind maps are not a thinking framework in themselves. They're a powerful thinking tool. Used wisely, they can make learning, work, and life much more efficient. That's all for today's video. Do you use mind maps in your daily life? In which situations do you find them most useful? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. In the next episode, we'll talk about more ways to sharpen your thinking and boost your productivity.